Hello guys, welcome back to the new video. In this video we are going to design our home screen. So let's go to this home screen and here we can see we are getting this image URL from this API. Now with the help of this URL we will get the image. For this thing we are going to use the Coil library. Coil is an image loading library for Android that is designed to be fast, lightweight, and easy to use. It leverages Kotlin coroutines to provide a modern approach to image loading. Now let's minimize this, and first thing we will do is we will create an image card where we will keep our image. So for that, here in our presentation package, let's create a new package with the name component, and here let's create a new file with the name image card. So here first we will take a card composable. So here we have taken this card layout, and in this card we will use this fill max width modifier. So it will take the maximum available width and the aspect ratio. For now I have taken this 1f. It means whatever will be the width, the height will be same, and then we will provide this modifier. So here we have this composable function async images. So this async image composable function comes with that Coil compose library. So here we need to provide this model. So for this model here, first let's create an image request with the help of that URL. So this is how we create the image request. Here we need to provide the data, means that URL. So we will pass that URL through these parameters. So here let's use that Unsplash image, and with that image we will get the image, and this image will be nullable, and we will use the small size image URL, and we can pass this image request here, and this content description let's provide the null, and after this two more parameters let's use content scale to fill bound, and with modifier fill max size. So it will take the maximum available size it has, and also we are using this fill bound, so it will scale horizontally and vertically. Now let's use this image card in the home screen. So instead of all this we can simply use that image card, and here we can provide the image. Now let's run our app and see. So here we have our images. We can see with the help of that Coil library, we have displayed those images. Now one thing we can see, all these images are of equal size and height, but originally they are not of equal height and width. This is because we were using the aspect ratio 1. So now next we will calculate the aspect ratio from the height and width of that image. So this is how we are going to calculate this aspect ratio. This will be of type float, and here we are using this remember block. This remember block will keep remember the updated value. So here we are using this derived state of. This is because the aspect ratio is calculating from the other states of this width and height. That's why we are deriving the state of this aspect ratio from these width and height. So here we are just simply dividing the width to the height. So here we can use this aspect ratio instead of this 1f. Now again let's run our app. So here we have our images with the original height and width. So let's minimize this and go back to our home screen. So here we are displaying these images in a column layout, but this is not the efficient way because this column layout is composing all these images at once, even those images which are not visible. So here comes the role of lazy layouts. Lazy layouts in Jetpack Compose are powerful tools for efficiently displaying large lists or grids of items. These are designed to load only the items currently visible on the screen, which helps to conserve memory and improve performance. In Jetpack Compose, we have lazy layouts in the form of lazy column, lazy row, lazy horizontal grid, lazy vertical grid, and lazy staggered grid. So in our app, we are going to use lazy vertical staggered grid. So let's minimize this. And here in our component package, let's create one more file with the name images vertical grid. So here we have this lazy vertical staggered grid. Now one thing we need to provide is number of columns. So here we are going to use this staggered grid cells, and when we place dot say, so we can see we have these three types. So we are going to use this adaptive. So here let's provide this 120 dp, and let's press Ctrl Q to see the documentation. So here we are providing the minimum size of 120 dp. So it will make the as many columns as possible with this minimum size. And let's also provide some more parameters. So here we are using these three parameters for the spacing. First one is this content padding. So it will give the padding around the content. And this vertical items spacing, as the name suggests, it will give spacing between items. And horizontally, we are going to give space with the help of this space by. And we will provide these list of images through the parameters. So here we have this items block. We can choose this list. So for each item, we are going to use image card. One more thing, let's also provide that these images will be clickable. So here we will access the functionality of that clickable. So with the help of this clickable modifier, we will pass the ID of that image, and this image will be nullable. So if the ID is not null, then only we will pass the ID. So let's use our vertical grid in the home screen. So instead of this column, we can use just images vertical grid. And here we need to provide the images and this on click. And we are using this home screen in our main activity. So here let's just pass the blank parenthesis on this image click. We will give the functionality later when we will implement the navigation. Now we can run our app. So here we have our beautiful staggered grid. We can see all our images has been placed beautifully. Right now we only have 10 images. That's why it is showing those images. In the future videos when we will implement the paging library, then we will access all those images. And now next thing we will work on that top app bar. So let's minimize this and this also. So here in our component package, let's create one more file with the name image vista top app bar. Only image vista app bar, and the composable function will be image vista top app bar. So here we have this center aligned top app bar which comes with the material 3 library. But right now this is in experimental API, so let's opt in this annotation. So here for title let's use text composable function. So here we will give the two different colors to our title. So for that reason we are going to use built annotated string. So in this block we have this with style, so we can specify the style here. So here with style block we are specifying the different colors for first part of our title. So here we are accessing the colors which we specified in our colors file. So here we are taking the primary color, and in the same way let's copy it and paste it below. And for the second part of the title we are going to use the secondary color. So next thing we need to provide an icon to the right side of that top app bar. So for that we have this parameter with the name action. So here we have this row scope. So here we can provide more than one icons, but for our screen we are going to use an icon button for search icon. So here we are providing the search icon. So from where this search icon is coming. So with the Jetpack Compose, some pre-built icons also come. We can access those icons with the help of this icons class. So here if we provide this dot, then we can get this field icons default and sharp. So we can choose the variant. So here let's choose this field and then place dot. So here we can access these icons. So for now let's just choose this search icon, and this on click functionality we will provide through the parameters. One more thing we need to do is let's change the color also. So here we have this top app bar defaults, and then we can use this center aligned colors. So we need to change this scroll container color. This color we are changing because by default when you scroll the screen then top app bar color will change, but we don't want that color to change, so we are going to use just background color for that also. And let's also provide this modifier, and now we can use this composable function in our home screen. So let's keep both these things in a column. So here, before that, we are going to use our top app bar. So now we can run our app. So here it is giving errors. So let's just pass the blank parenthesis for this on search click and let's run it again. So here we have our top app bar. But one more thing we need to do is we need to give the bold font for this top app bar title. And next functionality we are going to do is when we scroll this grid, so this top app bar should collapse to the top. So we can get the more screen for our images. So let's minimize this. And here in the image vista top app bar, first thing let's give the font weight to extra bold. And for that top app bar collapse state, we are going to use the scaffold. So first thing, what is scaffold? Scaffold is an important layout component in Jetpack Compose that helps you create the main structure of your app easily. It helps us in placing key parts of our app like the top app bar, bottom navigation bar, floating action button and the main content area. Basically it gives us the structure. So here let's use this scaffold and first thing let's give the fill max size modifier to this. And for the content of this scaffold let's use our home screen. And right now it is giving error because we are not using these padding values. These padding values comes with the scaffold, so it defines how much padding scaffold needs to give to the top app bar and to the bottom app bar and for the status bar heights, all these. But in our app we are not going to use these padding values, so we can just suppress this warning with this annotation. And now let's provide the scroll behavior. So here we have this scroll behavior with this top app bar defaults. Enter always scroll behavior. This one we are going to use. We can also use this exit until collapse scroll behavior. But for our app this will be the best option. Again we need to opt in this experimental annotation. And here after this fill max size modifier, let's use this nested scroll modifier with scroll behavior dot nested scroll connection. And this scroll behavior we are going to attach to our top app bar. So for that first let's pass it to the home screen. And in our home screen let's create one parameter. And the same parameter we are going to use in our image vista top app bar. And let's pass this here. And let's attach this scroll behavior here. And this is giving error. We need to correct the name of this. So here when we scroll our grid, so we can see it has now collapsed. But when we scroll up, it will just come up. So here we have this top app bar scroll behavior. Next thing, let's place a floating action bar in the bottom right. So here let's go back to our home screen. Since that floating action button will be on top of that vertical grid and this top app bar, so here we are going to use a box layout. And this box layout first thing, let's provide the fill max size modifier, and let's keep both these things inside this box. And also this column, again we are going to use this fill max size modifier. And one more thing, that horizontal alignment to the center horizontally. And after this column, let's minimize this, and we are going to use a floating action button. So this floating action button comes with the material 3 library. So here let's use an icon. Here we are going to use the save icon. Save icon is not there in those compose icons list, so we are going to use icons from our Android Studio assets. So here in this resource package and in this drawable package, let's right click and this new vector assets. So let's type save, and this icon we are going to use, and let's rename it to icon save. Now we can use this icon with the help of this painter resource. Let's also provide this tint. The color will be whatever will be the color we have saved with this on background. And this on click we are going to provide through this parameter. Let's align our floating action button to the bottom end and give the padding to 24 dp all around it. Go back to our main activity, and for now let's give the blank parenthesis for that on fab click. Let's run it again. So here we have our home screen with this floating action button. And let's change it to the dark mode. We can see our app is also looking good in the dark mode. So that is all for this video. In the next video, we will provide the navigation to our app, and also we will add the splash screen. If you found these videos helpful, like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.